start to the Cumbria Way. And we're now heading in a northerly direction. The great thing about the start of the Cumbria Way is there's decent signage. It'd be pretty mad to miss that. And obviously going over the stile, you can see there's a signpost here as well. It says Cumbria Way. Signage at the start is good, but after a while, once you get past Ulverston or out of Ulverston, yeah, it's a bit lacking then. But I can help you. Now when you get to the top of this ladder stile, this is when it's worth looking back. You can see in the distance a memorial that looks like a lighthouse. Yeah, can you see that to the left? And in the distance you can see the sea. Although it's more like an estuary. Well, there used to be a signpost on that road pointing this way, but it's gone. And it used to say Cumbria Way on this gate, and it's gone. But this is the way. A useful sign, Cumbria Way across the gate by house. That certainly wasn't there a year or two ago. I must admit, this bit near the house is a bit iffy, so that's helpful. Oh, the locals are here to greet me. You're literally coming through that gate, just there in the wall, alongside the house, to this stile here, and then over that way by the tractor. So as you're heading towards the next farm, which is over there, it's very easy to miss this little gate on the right, which is in the hedgerow. And the gate that's seen better days. And then cross over the little bridge, heading towards the farm. So there's the farm we just come through, and a useful sign, and there's the road. So we're going down the road a bit, and then we cut across to the church in the distance, St. John's I think it's called. As we're coming off the road, there's another sign, public footpath, St. John's Church, Cumbria Way. Room to get through as well. You're basically coming through the middle of that picture, cutting across the fields, aiming for the church, and you're actually coming to the left of the church. Well, this is good news. Before, it used to be very tempting to go over the stream there because of that little public footpath sign. But somebody's put Cumbria Way here. Forgot about this little fellow. He's been there years. Still waiting and directing traffic, no doubt. One's over there. I think we should have both. Whoa. Okay, dogs. Yeah, if you're not keen on dogs, not sure what you do. Maybe you do take that other route. But at the moment, the bark, that's all they seem to be doing. They seem to be very excitable. Look at these guys here. The number of people who've told me they've missed this turning on the way. So you're on a path going towards Keldriff Farm. It's just so easy to miss this little pathway, which is like these abandoned cars there. So just before you get there, on your left, you've got this little footpath here, cutting up through the trees. And you don't want that style there. You want to continue going forward and get to the stile at the top of the woods. Yeah, so you just got that hill in front of you, but you're not going that way. Turning to your right. And then if you keep the fence on your right, you should be right. I think we'll be fine. I think that is a loadable, but we shall see. I haven't seen that one before. Hi folks, I'm sure you've guessed by now, I'm doing the Cumbria Way. And if you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that I've already done it. However, this time I am planning to do it as a fast pack and also do the mountain route. Now, fast packing is something that's new to me. The idea is that you try to pack as light as possible and go as fast as possible. Yeah, involves some running, which we'll see how I get on with that. So the mountain route, well, up to now that hasn't really started, and it starts with the first ascent or the ascent of Coniston Old Man. So where I am now, which is Beacon Tarn, I've got probably another mile or two to get to Torva, and then it's from that village I head uphill to Coniston Old Man. Coniston Old Man is one of the Wainwrights, and in fact on the mountain route I've chosen I will cover 13 of the Wainwrights. In terms of the distance of the Cumbria Way, it's 71 miles. However, if you do the mountain route, you add on, I think it's about 3 or 4 miles. But I am going to stop at a place called Dalston, because the last 4 or 5 miles is a tarmac bikeway, and I'm not sure I particularly want to run or walk that. So I'm going to kind of curtail it at that point. So I still think overall I'll probably do about 70 miles. The ascent normal for the normal route is 7,500. I actually don't know what the mountain route is, but obviously I'll be able to work it out at the end. Right, that's enough talking. I need to get walking, jogging, running, whatever it is you do at fast packing. See you later. So we have the Old Man ahead of us, and we're heading up to part of a main pathway called Walnut Scar Road, and then Goat's Water. We've come from that footpath right in the distance. There we go, on the right. That's Coniston Water. So we're going up there. Imagine that's going to be quite steep. This is where we came up. And then we can look over the other side and see Coniston. Now we're at the top of Coniston Old Man. We're going to go across and knock off some Wainwrights. So Brim Fell is next on our list. And then let me have a quick look. Got Swirl Howl, Great Cars, and Wethlum, whatever you say it. Yeah, I'm hoping to get those done before kind of darkness sets in, which should be fine. And then I'm heading over to Chapel Star, but I may decide to wild camp somewhere before then. Anyway, we'll see how we go. It's, I think, round about 4:30, something like that. So we should have enough daylight to do a bit more. Right, let's get going. So we're going towards Swirl House, but behind us is Seathwaite Tarn, which is looking rather fabulous at the moment. And then if we look back, first Coniston Old Man, and then Brim. And as I said, it's Swirl House for us. So this is Swirl House. I'm now going over in that direction. Welcome to Wethlum then. Another Wainwright done. And now we're heading down there somewhere. But I need to get my head around the map. It's getting on a bit now. Need to get down off the hills. Find somewhere to sleep. So how about this for a bridge then? That is well worn. Evening folks, it's 10:15 at night. Can't believe how light it is. So I actually achieved 23 miles today and 5,600 feet of climb, which is not surprising given the 4 Wainwrights that we actually did. Tomorrow is the plan to try to do something similar, so I'm hoping there won't be as much height because today did really knock me out. So I don't mind another 23 miles. And in fact, I want to see if I can get to Keswick. I'm making Keswick my target, or maybe just past Keswick to get somewhere to wild camp. Right, need to get some shut-eye. Bye for now.